Happy Wednesday. This is Wednesday's shared reading. It's just Wednesdays, okay? And it's about the frog's life cycle. So for the shared readings, they're trying to throw in a little bit of science too, okay? So this is on point of view, life cycle of a frog, okay? So point of view, also known as the author's personal attitude, feelings, or opinion, okay? So think about how the author feels about frogs based on their writing, and then how you would feel about frogs based on what you're reading, okay? All right. Says when you read, ask yourself, what point is the author trying to make? What does he or she believe about this topic? And what evidence does the author give to support his point of view? Okay, and then also think about your own point of view as I'm reading to you. Okay, following along. Life cycle of a frog. All living things have life cycles. It is incredible to learn about the different types of life cycles. Butterflies, humans, frogs, and all other animals go through life cycles. Even plants have a life cycle. Some life cycles are simple. Some life cycles are more complicated, like the frogs. A frog has a more complicated life cycle than most animals. Frogs undergo metamorphosis, which is the series of physical changes it must go through in order to become an adult. Metamorphosis is a big change. A frog is a type of amphibian. Amphibians are born with tails and gills for their life in the water. As they grow, they fully develop lungs and legs for their life on land. The first stage in the life cycle of a frog happens when a tadpole hatches from an egg. Tadpoles do not have legs because this part of their childhood is spent underwater. Tadpoles breathe with gills and they move with tails. The next stage in the frog's life is when it becomes a tadpole with legs. At this stage, its home is still found underneath the water. Then a tadpole moves to land and begins breathing with lungs. It becomes a froglet, or a young frog. This is the stage when the amphibian looks like a fully grown frog with arms and legs, but it is just smaller. It is fascinating to see these tiny frogs and know they just grew their arms and legs. Another major physical change is that the frog does not have the tail anymore. The adult frog is fully developed. At this stage, a frog can reproduce and lay more eggs. This is where the life cycle will start all over again. New frogs can live and grow even after frogs grow old and die. New frogs can live and grow even after the frog grows old and dies. New frogs, okay? Not that frog. Question 1. What is the author's viewpoint on the frog's life cycle? This author just wrote this story. Does the author think it's an easy life cycle? Because he said some life cycles are pretty simple. Then he said some are more, okay, what does the author think? He also used another adjective too about a frog's life cycle, okay? Find the evidence. What's the author's point? What does the author feel about this? And what is the evidence? Give the quote what the author said, okay? How does the author feel about the frog's life cycle based on the information in paragraph 6? Okay, you would count the paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Good word. Starts with an F. Okay. And question 3. How do you feel about the frog's cycle? How does your viewpoint compare to the author's? What do you think? Do you think it's blah, blah, blah? And how does that compare with the author? Do you agree? I think the frog's life cycle is this, okay? Because, and the author and I have similar viewpoints, or I differ because, I don't know, something, okay? That's Wednesday. Have a good Wednesday.